The Jersey Swap podcast is sponsored by Apollo Home. Folks, your orange and blue will be back in action soon, but chances are your air conditioning has already been back in action for a few weeks now. We really need to get our temperatures down to the Great White North if we're going to be going up to Montreal. So, especially this extremely hot week, keep it running at its best with a $29 AC tune-up from Apollo Home. Give them a call, send them a text, or schedule online at apollohome.com. Okay, welcome back to the Jersey Swap podcast. I told you that I was Mr. No Days Off. I told you I went on vacation for a full week. I came back. I'm knocking this out. Mr. No Days Off is also Mr. No Weeks Off, no years off. I do this every day of the week. But it also looks like our team is not going to get any more time off either. They're going to be going up to Montreal to take on CF Montreal on Wednesday. We're back into the swing. It's the second half of the season. So vacation dreams aside, it's time to get back. Well, at least until Leagues Cup comes and goes. So we're bringing on today Justine Longpre from 1642 MTL. She's going to join us, and we're going to talk a little bit about Club de Foot up there in the Great White North. Justine, thank you for joining us tonight.
Hi, thank you so much, guys. First of all, I want to say I'm not a English person, so I'll try my best to deliver what I'm supposed to deliver tonight. So sorry for my accent and sorry for my
No problem at all.
English.
No problem at all. I might end up going back into Spanish a few times, considering I was on vacation for a
I
week.
heard you have a lot of people from Germany in the SNC. So
That's a great point. Maybe I'll break into some German that I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we've had Borussia Dortmund's basically turned Cincinnati into their big playpen down at the pitch. Bayern Munich came through, but we've also had some really good Club World Cup moments as well. Have you been following the Club World Cup or Gold Cup? I mean, you're showing your Canadian national team jersey right there.
Just because you put your US jersey, so I cannot go without having a fight about it. No, FIFA World Cup. I love Chelsea a lot. I'm following Chelsea in the Premier League, so I know they are in the FIFA World Cup Club World Cup.
It's hard to get off the tongue.
I'm not a fan of those types of competition, since Miami just entered the competition without any reason. So I'm not a fan,
I think if you were to ask the common person, they probably are a fan of the game, but not exactly going to the game. I think there's a lot of kinks that they need to knock out. The Gold Cup seems to be doing pretty well. Your Canadian squad is into the next round, as far as I know, or they still need to punch one more ticket?
I think they need to punch one more point. We fall 1-1 against Curacao, so that was a bit of a hedge, but we'll be good on the next game. I think it's tomorrow.
It should be tomorrow. I think that's the other two groups will be knocking out their stages as well. But let's go on to what we're here to talk about, and that's Club de Foot Montreal. You're 1642 MTL. Can you sort of introduce us a little bit how your interest came about in terms of Montreal football?
Yeah, and this year we mark our 10-year anniversary. So we were born in 2015, and we're based on Montreal. The founders of Montreal found Montreal in 1642, so that's why our name is 1642 Montreal. So yeah, already 10 years. This year we start our group start when the Drogba era was on in Montreal. So 10 years ago, and since then we have a lot of down, a couple of hops, two rebrand. So we were the Montreal Impact, after that the Club de Foot Montréal, and since 2023 CF Montreal, just CF Montreal. So you said Club de Foot, but we don't say that in Montreal. It's like, we didn't like that. So we have three logos, but I think we're on a good path now.
If I recall, I think the most current one is pretty good, but it'll always be the Montreal Impact for me. I think there's always a soft side towards that. I think I can remember all the way back. I'm trying to remember some names here.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we're talking about like local roots or even, people that should have statues built in Montreal, who would you consider to be the legends of Montreal football?
Since the MLS era, I'll say Nacho Piatti by
Mm,
far
hmm.
was the greatest player to ever wear the logo during the MLS era. We have Patrice Bernier too. He's a local man. He was our captain during a couple of years. And before that, Montreal Impact had a lot of legend in USL, NISL before that. Um, we have Antonio Ribeiro, Nevio Pezzolito, a couple of Italian guys. If you told me, then Joey Saputo is Italian. So
Hmm. Hmm.
we have a good sense for drafting or buy some Italian player. But yeah, I'll say Nacho Piatti probably the greatest player that ever wore black, blue, and white.
Yeah, I remember Piatti back in my days when I was a Revolution fan. Piatti was a very solid player. I
Mm.
mean, he would probably be on my starting 11 around the time that he played for Montreal. I can't put into words his style of play, but he just seemed to exude MVP up there.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Always entertaining, and he was speaking a little bit of French too, so that was nice for us. Spanish, Italian, English. So in the locker room, he was very someone that young player and older player can relate to. So yeah, he was a legend, and since that time, uh, I will say that we're looking for someone to relate to, have fun with. We have Samuel Piet that is with us for like 8 years, I think now. He's the
Really?
captain, but he's not a flashy player, if you know what I mean. I think he have 3 goals or something like that. He's a defenseman, middle defenseman. So, but he has the record now for the gameplay with the club. He has the record for the minutes played with the club too. I think the starting game too. So yeah, he will be in Hall of Fame of the club if you know what I mean. But it's not a star like Piazzi was, or like I said, Didier Drogba. That was a fun time. And now we're not putting so much money in buying players, so that might be a problem right now.
Yeah, I sort of wanted to go into this a little bit. I mean, CF Montreal certainly I've seen better days. I mean,
Yeah.
currently I'm not one to dredge up numbers per se, but last place right now in the East Conference. But you're lurking down there with Toronto. You've had some big wins. I mean, Houston and NYCFC, those are your big wins. Those aren't necessarily small fries. But this is a loaded question. We're going into the second half of the season.
Yeah.
What areas within this team do you feel really need to be addressed if any sort of talk of the playoffs comes up?
Oof, playoffs are way too far right now. We didn't win, or we don't have a win at home for now. So that's the first goal. It's to get a win at home. Maybe Wednesday night. I don't know. I think we need to look to like put some good player in the middle of the field. We just sold Nathan Saliba. He played for Canada right now in the Gold Cup. That's not official, but I think all the rumor are looking for. We sold him for a team in Belgium, I think. Uh, we lost Yankov too a couple days ago. And since Mathieu Chouanière left last year, we have a big hole in the middle. And before that, Georgi Mihailovic that we sold to a team in Switzerland, I think. Since that time, we have a hole in the middle at 10 position. We don't have a player that is creative and have the sense of going forward. And Add to that, we don't have like a real striker. I know you like Prince Owusu, but he's from Toronto. He played Toronto last year, and Toronto just given to it to us. So he had two great goals last week, but hope is he's gonna continue to put some in the net. But like I said, I think we need to have a more structure in the middle. That need to be the main goal in the transfer window that start next week. Uh,
Yeah, I looked up Nathan Saliba, and I think Anderlecht
yeah, there you go.
is the
Sorry.
team that's targeting him. So it definitely feels like Montreal is a selling club at this moment. Do you see any other big names being sold that haven't been discussed? I mean,
Uh,
there are some big names here. There's Bryce
yeah,
Duke.
they talk
He's
about George Campbell.
Mhm.
There's a club in I think Belgium too, or they in England Wigan Athletic. They have some rumor around there too. Sunderland had a rumor a couple weeks ago about George Campbell. Um, Campbell is a we call him in Montreal big truck. He's like a big truck in our defense. Seriously, a very cool guy. A guy that I know. I think he loves to play for Montreal. He loved the physical game, and Montreal always be a team that play physical. We know, we are a hockey town, so in hockey you play physical. So I think the player that coming to Montreal are know that they need to be physical and they need to be entertaining. Sorry, and yeah, I love George Campbell, but he might quit too in the next couple of days. So that's a big part of their team right now that will be sold in a couple of the next day. But hope we have some players that can coming help us because for now I don't see how this team can compete until October.
Yeah, George Campbell had been sort of tap dancing a little bit on the USMNT roster. I think he got called in January. Is the rumor is Bristol City, but that was also three
Oh,
weeks ago. So we'll see what happens
yeah.
in terms of the sales uh, aspects. See what assets are
No, we
dealt
want
here.
to be this kind of team. Just we want to buy low and sell high. That's
Mhm.
what Montreal wants to do. In 2022 when we went to the playoff, we finished second in the East. We have Johnston, Kamal Miller. We have Georgi Mihailovic. I was talking about in the U.S. national team. We sold all those guys in Europe. Ismail Kone, a guy from Montreal. So we want to be a team that's gonna buy low or in the MLS or in the other leagues, but primarily MLS and try to sell this guy after that for a lot of money. But for now, in the last 2 years, we have more sell that than buy.
Yeah, it's also kind of hard when your head coach heads out. Wilfred Nance going to Columbus.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
I
about
mean,
that.
was that something that sort of rubbed you guys the wrong way when that happened?
Yeah, and every time a coach is fired in Montreal, there's drama around it. There always drama in Montreal, but when it's about a coach, it's always bigger. Some rumors said that Joey Saputo, the owner, and Wilfred Nancy had a fight over starting 11 or something like that. And after that moment, Nancy decided he wants to leave the club. He was in the club for the last 5 or 6 years, I think. Um, and after that, our biggest season ever in MLS in 2022, we just leave for another club, Columbus, a club that we don't love Columbus. I think we can relate on that.
Totally agree with you
Yeah.
there.
So when we learned that he was going to Columbus, we were really mad about it. We were really mad because we know that that's something with the owner that create all the drama around it. But here in Montreal and the head coach are always a good story. So for now, we have Donadel.
Mhm.
He's an ex player. He played with Nacho Piatti, like I said. He was in the early days in the MLS. He was a good player. Like I said earlier, the physical game. Donadel was we call him Yellow Del because he was always on yellow cards or on suspension.
That.
That kind of player. I really love Marco Donadel. He was a great player. He's a good midfielder. Um, so we didn't start the season with him. We start with Laurent Courtois, who was the Columbus head coach in MLS two.
Mhm.
So we thought that, hey, maybe he learned something from Nancy in the winning structure too. But that was not a good fit for a player. Again, we have something in Montreal around the coach, around the drama. So that doesn't that. So since the third or fourth game, I think, Donadel just is our coach now until I don't know the
Do,
end of
do
the
you
season. I
do
don't know.
you do you feel that he's long for this position? I mean, is it too early to tell if you think that he can stick around a little longer?
I think we need a little bit of stability. We need to put a guy. Maybe it's Donato. I'm not a fan of his coaching right now, but he doesn't have the team. He have nothing. I really love Caden Clark. I think he's a cool guy. I love when he was on the U.S. national team. I think we have a good young player. Like we said earlier, Joe Sirois, our goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. He played a couple of games for Canada too. So, but I think we just need a little bit of stability out of the head coach. Give this guy 2-3 years to build something and to gain trust from his player and the player to trust him too. So I think we're here now. But maybe it's not the year, maybe it's not the guy, but like I said, he's Italian, and Joey Saputo is Italian, and now it's Joey's son that run the team right now. It's Luca and Simone Saputo are more in the leader's position. So maybe a Italian friend is a friend. So we'll see.
Well, let's look a little bit more into this matchup between Montreal and Cincinnati. We've had some big games between the two teams, a few 4-3 matchup results I can remember in the past.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular memories that sort of have stuck around between Cincinnati and Montreal in terms of games that you can remember being, very what's the word I'm looking for? Very, I think, sticking in your brain and just not leaving for a while.
For us, you guys are still a new team.
Mhm,
So I don't remember what year that since he came in the MLS.
This was USL, so there were a few games I think against Montreal's two squad. I can't remember if they were also CF Montreal back then.
And the team was introduced in MLS in
2019.
19. So
Yes.
it's still pretty new.
Yeah.
So for us, you're a new team. But last year I went to Cincy for the 4-1 game against against us. By the way, amazing stadium.
Thank you.
That's nice. But I don't have a memory, like a big memory against you guys. I think we're not in. I don't hate you, and I don't think you hate us. It's not like Orlando or just like I said, Columbus, because against Columbus we have big playoff game against them back in the day. So that's build up something. But no, I don't have something that pops on my head. What was the name of the player? You're young, you're a small guy. I just have Curacao in head, but that's not the.
Oh,
God damn it.
Jurgen Locadia.
Lucho. There you
go.
Lucho.
When you said Curacao, I thought you were talking about.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy.
Well, I mean, certain percentage of Cincinnati don't exactly have a good opinion of him anymore, and he is with Dallas, so you won't have to worry about him anymore. But there are some other players that you might have to worry about, and I mean, let's look a little
Oh,
bit.
and I hate Acosta. When you guys have Acosta, he's still playing for you guys. No,
No.
no.
He
Okay,
is with Dallas now.
there we go. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everybody would want to have him on your team until he's on your team. I will leave it at that. The Jersey Swap podcast is also sponsored by Beyond Exercise. Beyond Exercise is a local physical therapy and fitness business that helps people stay active and injury-free. In fact, they help some of our local MLS, MLS Next Pro, and FCC Academy players with their health and performance needs. Check out their suite of services at gobeyondexercise.com. Let's look at what the teams look like right now. A little bit of a game prep right here. Looking at the last game, sort of basing the 3-1 victory you guys had against Houston. Was it a 4-2-3-1 setup? Yeah. Can you maybe look back at that match and sort of say what you liked about this particular formation?
I think because the Gold Cup, most of our good player were away. Like Saliba, he started all of the games since the start of the season, so he was away. So we put Luturi instead of him. We had Pierre and Luturi in the middle, and I think that was the first time this season. I love Nathan Saliba, man. But I think that was the first time with Caden Clark. They played the three of us, the three, and that was the most stable midfield that I seen all season. And I love Nathan Saliba. I think Saliba is a creative player. He loves to go forward, but with a guy that like Caden Clark that always wait to the good opportunity to go forward, it was more stable. And a guy like Piet and Luturi are very more defensemen. So that was yeah. I think that was more stable. More we're not trying to overplay. Just trying to do the right thing at the right moment, and Caden Clark helps a lot for that. So, and I'm a fan of he had a great last part of the season last year. The last 10 games, I think he scored like 4 or 5 goals and had 3 assists. This guy put us in playoff. Joseph Martinez and Caden Clark have a nice end of the season last year. So to see Clark in the 10 position with Owusu just in front of him, that was the best Caden Clark of the season. And like I said, the midfield was more stable, not overplay.
It was very interesting, looking at the lineup that was put out. Prince Owusu, once again, man of the match, 2 goals, but also the 3 assists were distributed around him. I mean, you had Caden Clark in the middle. Tom Pierce, I think, had one on the left. You had Alexander Guboglu.
Yeah, a young kid from Montreal that played for the academy last year, I think. Him and Tom Pierce on the wing play a terrific games. Just try to put some ball in the box and wait for a big guy. Prince Owusu is a big guy to do something. So that was the first time this season that we were able to mix like left wing and right wing and just pass the ball beside the wings and try to create something. And like I said, with the middle was so solid, and like they don't try to go forward for nothing or just trying to put some ball up front and go run around the ball. That was our best game so far this season.
And I think of course, we can bring up the fact that international duty is still active here. So the likes of Saliba, Joel Waterman, Dante Sealy might be back. I'll bring that up. Yeah. But also, I believe the IR report has a few nicks and scratches on it. Can you maybe go over that really quickly? Who you might not see in the lineup?
Tomorrow will be without Saliba, like I said, probably forever. um, I think we're gonna have this probably the same lineup that 10 days ago. Um, Maybe Silly will be on the bench. We'll see. Maybe I'll put a guy come Vilsain, Jean-Anthony Vilsain up front to play two forward tomorrow. We need to win at home. Just to be clear, we didn't win. We don't have a win right now at home. So it's very important for us to score the first goal and try to secure a win. So maybe we'll play two forward tomorrow. We'll see. But if not, we'll probably have the same lineup that 10 days ago. We learned that Vriani is injured, probably had his elbow pop out in training this week. So
Ooh.
maybe without our DP. Um, but yeah, we probably the same lineup that 10 days ago. I really love James Neal and George Campbell, big truck, like I said, in the in defense, in the center defense 10 days ago. So we'll see. But yeah, if we just need to score one goal.
I look at that back duo. I mean, both have been present on US MNT rosters as
Yeah.
well. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up with the likes of Kevin Denke. Denke with 11 goals so far this season in MLS play. So he's doing his job. It's going to be interesting to see how our defense does with Owusu on the other end. If Owusu is the only attack, if they're trying to spearhead with one center up front, it might be something that you're going to have Matt Miazga being able to handle. But we'll see, especially if Pat Noonan has used these past 2 weeks to sort of fiddle with the back line. But let's go straight to it. I mean, we're getting close to the end of the podcast. Let's look at
DeAndre Yedlin. Sorry, DeAndre Yedlin is not with the national teams right now.
No, he's not. I think Yedlin's sort of seen his day, and I think the shine isn't quite on him as much as it was.
Okay.
But also, I think Pochettino wants to see what his young guns can do, especially on defense. Then again, he's got Tim Ream back there, so well, who knows really what's going through the names there. But we have something that we call the Growler Cup, and if you're a Patreon, you're able to make predictions. You know, win, lose, draw, what the score is. So, Justine, this bringing it out to you. What is your prediction? Who wins and why?
Just because it's the homecoming for Kai Kamara. We had Kai Kamara in 2022. He was a fan favorite. We did a lot of charity stuff with him, 6042 and the foundation of Kai Kamara. We did some of the charity event. Just because he's home, he's gonna. I hope he's in the plane from Montreal. I think he's gonna score, but we're gonna win 2-1.
Oh, okay. Very adventuresome. I mean, I think our team isn't exactly the strongest right now. We are coming off of a big 1-0 victory. And so I think that we're going to have enough defense and firepower. It sounds to me that Yuya Kubo is going to be healthy enough, which I feel they've really missed in the middle, that substitute that they need in the center of the pitch. I'm going to predict a 2-1 victory as well, but this one for FC Cincinnati. I think Vander's going to have to get himself back into I think performance shape. He's sort of pulled his I think MVP chances back a little bit. I'd like to see him score and maybe get in touch with Denke and or Luca Orellano on the edge. So I'm going to say 2-1 FCC.
Legit.
That's it. Slow clap for me. But anyways, Justine, I want to thank you for really giving us, I think, your perspective on this CF Montreal team. We've seen our own team sort of be down in there in the weeds, but with that, I think comes the opportunity. You can always knock somebody off of your horse. You guys did it to us last year when I think we were up at the Saputo Stadium. A 2-1 victory, I think, with Josef Martinez giving you the offense. So anything can happen. especially during international duty?
Yeah, it's a middle week game, so sometimes the coach want to rotate a little bit of the lineup. It's gonna be hot as hell in Montreal on Wednesday, so hope the guys are ready. And it's been 3 weeks now since we had a home game for Montreal, so and the last time it was poor raining against New England, I think, and we lost 5-1 or 4-1. So yeah, we're up to and summer starts. School is over in Montreal since today. No more schools. Summer is out, and so now it's our national holiday tomorrow. So why not?
There you go. There
Why
you go.
not?
Flip a coin. It's going to stick one of these days. Justine, well, thank you for joining us tonight. Can you maybe open up and sort of let us know where we can find you on the internet or social media?
Yeah, follow 1642 on IG, 1642 Montreal on Twitter and Instagram, and you can follow me too if you want. Post a lot of picture of in the stadium. Just Longp, Just Longp for Justine Longpre in on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter anymore because that was like too much for me. But follow me on Instagram. And if you guys are coming to Montreal anytime, we have tailgate before each game. It's open for everyone. We have our home beer that some people are making for us. So we have merch, beer, and always a good time. So if you come to Montreal, just DM us and you'll be welcome anytime.
And it's closer to Quebec City, which is not
Which
what
is
Toronto can say.
which is very fun. And summer in Montreal are always the best festival. You can go to Quebec City. You have a lot of things to do. So if you guys coming, DM us.
So if you are going, make sure once again, be a great guest, be a great sport.
Always.
Shake hands with your opponents before and after the game. And of course, if you guys want to hear more of these exchanges with our competition, head on over to Cincinnati Soccer Talk, be a Patreon. You can access our your favorite podcasts anywhere you go, and find us on social media at Cincy Soccer Talk. And once again, I say this to all my guests. I say this to you, Justine. Keep your kit clean, and let's shake hands after the game. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.